are you looking to get a head start on improving your relationship with money in this new year? Our next guest says all you have to do is follow some key steps to help you get there. And she joins us now. Please welcome everybody, financial expert from Millennial in Debt, Melissa Jean-Baptiste. Good morning. Thanks for being with us. Hi.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, let's get right down to it. Talk to us about the mindset that we should be having right about now as we get our money in check for the new year.
Well, the mindset you always want to have when you're dealing with anything with money is you need to have a goal and then work backwards, right? So you need to really set up these financial goals and make sure you identify, what money I have and what money I'm trying to reach or what goals I'm trying to reach. And then, just grind towards those goals.
Right. It gives you a destination. But coming out of 2020, what do you think are some really important lessons that we should really hold on to when it comes to money? What did we learn this year?
Well, we learned that emergencies happen and a lot of things out of the blue happen. And a lot of times our plans can just, shift at any time. And it's really important I like to write down things still. So I like to write down a goal and I like to prioritize them. And, you need to know, what's critical, what's a need, and what's a want. Because when things come out of the blue, you have to know how to move your money and use it more as a tool than just,
I like those categories: critical, need, and want. All right. So walk us through some of the steps people should be taking right now to incorporate these financial goals into 2021.
Absolutely. Well, the first thing is you want to write down that goal. What is it that you really want to do with your money, right? It's not just going to be an idea anymore. It's going to be on paper, on your phone. I like to use my notepad in my phone. And after I've written down that goal, then I go into my bank account, I look at my statements, and I need to know my numbers. And the reason you need to know your numbers is you need to know how much do you actually have and how much do you need in order to reach these goals that you've written down in step one. Then you go into, categorizing those goals. Are they going to be short-term goals? Are they going to be midterm, or are they going to be long-term? So short-term would be something I want to achieve in the next 6 months to 5 years, right? And so what do I need to do? What number do I need to reach to hit that short-term goal? And then we have midterm, which is more 5 to 10 years. And then you have long-term, which is, 10 years or more. What do I want my money to look like in 10 years or 20 years? And so after I've done that, I'm going to set some dates. I'm going to set my target dates. I'm going to say, okay, well, I want to pay off my loans by next year, or I want to pay off my car by next year. And that's when you can start to work backwards in order to say, I'm going to save $10 a week, or I'm going to save $20 a week. This way, at least you'll know.
Yeah, you need
and
to
then
be
you
specific.
Obviously,
right.
Of course. And then you can prioritize whether it's a critical, a need, or a want.
Gotcha. These are really good. We know that you often coach different people who are looking to hit a specific financial goal. What's the biggest obstacle for folks when it comes to money?
The biggest obstacle is they think that there's only one way to get things done. And if they don't achieve it in this particular way, they give up, or they're not motivated anymore. And whenever I coach anyone, I always tell them, okay, well, let's look at a plethora of different budgets and let's see what works for you this month. And if this didn't work, then we'll adjust it for next month. It's better to know, where your struggles are with your money and where your money's going than to just say, I hate budgeting, I can't do it, and then just kind of fall off the rails.
I got to bring in the gang right now because I know everyone's got some questions, because when it comes to money, we all want to save as much as we can. Stacey Ann, you got something?
My husband and I, he's like the financial guru of the family, but I feel like every month we sit down and we prioritize the spending, the budget, but I feel like we come up short every time. Do you have any specific advice for that?
So the best budget that works for me, I like to do the 50-30-20 budget. And I find that gives a lot of wiggle room so you don't come up short every month. So you do, 50% towards like your necessities, your bills, things you have to pay. And then 30% goes towards saving or having fun. I like to split it 15. I would say, okay, I'm going to do 15%. I can go shopping into the mall. So at least I know once I've spent that 15%, then that's my max. And then I have 20%, going towards an emergency fund or going towards student loans. So if you put a percentage to what you're spending and then you hit that limit, then you'll say, okay, well, next month I know I need to adjust this percentage because it didn't work so well this month.
That's really good advice.
I imagine people too, I don't know if you said it before, but people too now during the pandemic are like realizing what they really don't need and what they do need. So I hope there's a lot more money saving in 2021 because they're like, yeah, no, we don't need this stuff, guys.
I hope so, because you realize you're like, oh, I don't actually need to go to Target 100 times a
Right.
week. So
Oh, but
Right.
it's so fun.
We could reuse toilet paper.
it is.
Absolutely. Okay, so for you, I mean, look, it's practicing what you preach. What's your goal?
So my goal is to save a fully stocked emergency fund for a year. So I'm about 6 months ish, and I had my own like financial issues this year too. So it's just like I like to be honest and say, you know, things will happen.
Right.
So this 2021, I am trying to fully fund an emergency fund to last for 1 year.
That is fantastic. And you're right. If 2020 taught us anything, it's that things will happen. That is for sure.